if I should be a preacher. I'm here because I'm trying to find myself. And I don't mean to make anybody mad, but seminary is the wrong place. And it's the wrong time, y'all ain't working, for you to be trying to find yourself. Let me tell you the magic to make the seminary work. You got to show up knowing who you are. You got to show up, hallelujah, knowing in whom you believe and in whom you trust. Because as soon as somebody takes the Bible, throws it in a trash can, if you're not firm in what you believe, and if you don't know like you know that you know what you know, you might mess around and lose your mind. But when you show up with your oil, when you show up with what you should have had in the first place, there's no devil in hell that can stop you from moving on. Sit down and look for what you should have already had.
Oh, sir.
Because after all,
you're talking good.
You got to have oil for yourself. I'm quick, but the text says, hallelujah, that they go out somehow or another. Apparently, they find this oil. They show up, hallelujah, to the place of the celebration, only to discover that they would not be allowed in to the celebration. Because the tradition is that if you don't get in before the bridegroom, you will not get in at all. They knock on the door and they say, hallelujah, sir, let us see. And he says, I can't let you in because after all, you know how it goes. If you want to make it in, you should have gotten in, hallelujah, before the bridegroom showed up. In fact, he says, essentially, if you had your oil, you never, oh boy, would have missed the celebration. And I'm trying to help somebody to understand, hallelujah, even right here on the campus of ITC, that if you want to make it to the celebration, you got to make sure, hallelujah, that you got your oil. Make sure, old church, that your lamp is trimmed and burning. I don't mean to touch on my eschatological hope right here, but my grandmama's church, they got excited when they talked about heaven. They got excited when they talked about that great celebration, because at the end of the day, what they understood was that the trials and the tests and the temptations and the storms that they had gone through was doing nothing more but giving them the oil that they needed to make the celebration. It is said, hallelujah, that Greece is one of the best countries to find quality olive oil. They say that Greece is, in fact, the olive oil in Greece, they say, is more potent, more flavorful. It is more rich, if you please, than olive oil that comes from places like Spain and Italy. In fact, the truth is that even in the United States of America, you can find some olive oil. You can find olive trees from which they make olive oil, but the reason that olive oil that is made in Greece is so good and so expensive is because they make the olive oil the old-fashioned way. In fact, hallelujah, what they do is they gather the grapes, and after having washed the olives, they crush the olives, and they crush them with a granite grindstone. In fact, they crush them, hallelujah, between these straw mats that have some steel plates in between them sometimes. And the steel plates, what they do is they begin to bring the plates together. And it is when the plates come together with the olives that have been crushed that the oil begins to fall down into what they call the centrifuge. And the centrifuge, if you please, spins. And what happens is all of the stuff that is not needed is pressed to the outside.
All right.
And somebody knows what I'm talking about, because every now and then you can find yourself under some pressure.
Well.
Even as a student in school, you can find yourself being pressed. In fact, the hymnologist said that sometimes we are often tossed on the restless seas of skies. They said somber skies and howling tempters, they often succeed the bright sunshine. Somebody from the old church knows what I'm talking about, because they said on that perfect day, when the midst have rolled away, they said we will understand it better by and by. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but I came to tell you that you might find yourself being under pressure. But the good news is that it's the pressure that's getting out of you the priceless treasure that God has put down in you. I heard them saying that if I never had a problem, I wouldn't know that God could solve them. And I would not know what faith in God could really do. Is there anybody here who can testify that through it all you've learned how to trust in Jesus, and through it all you've learned how to trust in God? I'm in my seat when I tell you we have to adopt the Boy Scout motto, which says be prepared. Have I got me a witness in here? Storms may rise, but be prepared. Winds may blow, but be prepared. I might talk about you like a dog, but be prepared, because you never know when your time and when your turn is coming. Do I have me a witness? I'm in my seat, but do y'all feel like having church? I'm in my seat. Will you go find somebody and shake them by the hand and tell them I'm doing my best to be prepared. I want to be ready. Ready. Say
Yes.
Time to work. Time to work.
My God.
ITC got to be ready.
Be ready.
All